What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Show Sports Podcast. I hope everyone's having a great night. I'm not going to be with you too long. So let's get into some college basketball scores from yesterday. Houston, they beat Kent State 49-44. Texas, they won 91-54. And TCU beat Iowa 79-66. The Field Night Classic in Portland, Oregon. We're going to get to that shortly, but let's get to the games right now. Today, UConn, they're beating Iowa State 38-28, and Auburn, they beat St. Louis 65-60. And here we go, the Field Night Classic in Oregon, in Portland, Oregon, at the Moda Center, 4 overtimes. The Alabama Crimson Tide, they beat number 1 North Carolina Tar Heels 103-101. That was in 4 overtimes. I'm going to tell you, Alabama, I'm not just saying it because I'm a big Alabama fan. I'm just saying it because I've been saying this for a long time. The Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team has talent. They went in there, handled their business, got the victory, got the win. I really do believe that Alabama will continue to thrive, especially from beating the North Carolina Tar Heels. They're a great team as well, but to me, North Carolina could be the dark horse in college basketball. But I'm just saying, don't get mad at me. I'm just saying, Alabama could be that team to watch. They could be that team to watch. But let's continue. Duke, they got ousted as well against Purdue, 75-56. And Michigan, they beat Portland 78-77. Let me tell you something about Portland. They came close, okay, to beating North Carolina, I do believe. So don't sleep on them because they almost beat North Carolina. A lot of people think, oh, just because these schools are small, they're not in the Division I, that they are sorry, they suck, they can't play. Listen, Portland can play. They showed you what they can do when they played North Carolina. They lost a close one to Michigan State, but it's all good. Let's just keep going. UCLA, they won as well, and Gonzaga, they also were winners against Xavier. This was the Field Night Legacy Classic in Portland, Oregon. It was a great classic. I really enjoyed watching that. So let's get you to tomorrow college games. Big Monday. Here we go. Texas Southern, they're taking on number 3 Kansas Jayhawks. They're 6-1. Arkansas versus Troy. That should be a pretty good game. Because I don't learn how to stop betting for the best teams because I've been getting let down lately. So we're going to get out of college basketball because I'm not going to be here long today. I got a busy day tomorrow. So let's give you a few top headlines that went on around the sports world today. We know Odell Beckham Jr., he was taken off of a plane after a dispute. I don't have all the information on that, but I will tell you this. Are you sure if you were an owner of the NFL team, is this the guy that you want to bring onto your team? Yeah. Odell Beckham, he has some talent left. I don't think all his talent is gone, but I really do believe is this the guy that you want on your squad? You have to ask yourself that. Are you sure? We know he won a Super Bowl. I understand clearly, but is this the guy that you want on your team, on your franchise? How long does really Odell Beckham really have left? We don't really know, but I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't want Odell Beckham Jr. on my team if I was an owner or a GM or higher up in the NFL. But that's just my take on that. But I know Dallas, the Chiefs, and I think 2 or 3 other teams, they want Odell Beckham Jr., but I do think he may wind up in Dallas or maybe Kansas. But I would be really, really careful on that pick of getting Odell Beckham Jr. So let's just keep going. The Denver Broncos. It's a lot of frustration going on in Denver with the Russell Wilson deal. Players are blowing up on the sideline. We understand what's going on in Denver. I'm gonna tell you, I wish he wouldn't trade it to Denver. I didn't like when he went to Denver. A lot of people, including myself, was like, this is not going to work. They're going to fall off in that division, which they have done. So, but is it over for Russell Wilson? That's the question to me. That is the question that I want to see answered from somebody. Is it over for Russell Wilson? Should he hang up the cleats? Could he do that? It remains to be seen. We see what's going on in Denver. I don't think it's the right marriage in Denver for Russell Wilson. They signed him. You got him. So now you have to figure out what's the problem. Who's the problem? You got rid of you can't be the coach. It's your quarterback. It's Russell Wilson. It's time for something to happen in Denver. But why was he traded to Denver? I have no absolute idea. I think he wanted to go to Denver. I think he has Chicago on his list. But hey, I'd rather see him go to Chicago. That's just me in my thoughts on that. So let's just keep going. The Rams, they lost Robinson for the season, for his foot. Steph Curry is the man. I really do think. Could we start putting him in the MVP talks? That is something as well that I want to talk about further next week. But Steph Curry, he is excellent. He is really good. I'm looking at Dallas Mavericks as well as Luka Doncic. I've said it before. I really do believe that this man needs help in Dallas because he's getting wore down out in Dallas. Who can Dallas look to help? Because look at the Mavericks. They're losing games. They're getting blown out by Milwaukee right now. So I just think Luka can't do it all by himself. People have to get involved. You have to get your superstar some help before you wear him down. USC, they clambered to number 4. We all knew that after the upsets happened this past weekend, which we're going to talk about shortly, but I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Let's get to the college football top 4. We're going to do 5 and 6 rankings. We know Georgia, of course, they're number 1. I wouldn't expect anything different from right there. Number 2, we know Michigan beat Ohio State this past weekend. They're number 2. TCU, well-deserved. Number 3, USC, again, well-deserved. They're number 4. Ohio State. Number 5, Alabama is 6. Tennessee is 7. Penn State is number 8. Washington is number 9. Clemson is number 10. LSU is number 11. Utah is number 12. We're going to give you the top 25. Utah is number 12. Kansas State is number 13. Florida State is number 14. Oregon is 15. Oregon State is 16. Oregon State beat Oregon in the Civil War. UCLA is 17. Tulane is 18. Number 20 is South Carolina. What a great game. I will tell you, man, Spencer Rattler turned into Peyton Manning 2.0. Texas is 21. UCF is 22. UTSA is 23. North Carolina is 24. Mississippi State is 25. So let's get you to the LSU and Texas A&M game. This was simple. All LSU had to do was win. Okay? Trying to talk to the LSU fans, it seems like something is not getting into their skull. It's over with for them. Okay? Because there's no way that a 3-loss team is going to go from 11 all the way up. That means every one of the top 4 has to lose 5, 6. Something has to happen. They're done. So basically, Georgia, I'm going to say this is what I think could happen. Georgia can lose the SEC championship. If something happens in the top 4, let's just say TCU loses to Kansas State, okay? That can happen. That's going to help Ohio State and Alabama. Let's just say the number 3 team loses. Would you put Bama into that spot? Would you put Ohio State into that spot? Tennessee's done. LSU is done. Clemson's done. These teams are done. What are you trying to tell people? Man, if you think about it, Alabama was at 7. No, that was at 8 and 9. They fluctuated. I told somebody they have Alabama there for a reason. They're not going to drop Alabama like you think. I thought they was going to drop Bama to 12 or 11 when they lost to LSU. But I said, you know what? It's not going to happen. They're going to put them 9 or 8. What they did, put them in 8. Went to 9. Now they're at 6. So now the Ohio State and Alabama is just sitting there praying. Come the weekend, TCU loses to K-State. You need USC to lose as well. So if these teams fumble, you're not going to have a choice but to put the Ohio State and Alabama at 3 and 4. Yeah, we know. Well, Tennessee beat Alabama and LSU. But those were close losses. They look at that. I was told, I don't know what I was talking about. I put that post on Facebook. See, because LSU fans are kind of, I don't know. But when you explain it, it's you might as well say bye-bye to them. I think the only thing could happen, you put Ohio State and Alabama in there, TCU and USC have to lose. They have to lose. That's going to be the only way Alabama or the Ohio State gets in. Or let's just say Michigan struggles in their championship game. TCU struggles in their game. And also USC. If these teams struggle, could the voters be like, okay, well, these teams are struggling? That's just my thought on this. The Ohio State and Alabama, they have an outside chance to get in. Their chances are more higher to get in. But we're going to see come, I think it's Tuesday. Not this Tuesday come, but next Tuesday, we're going to see where 5 and 6, who's really going to be 5 and 6. But so far, this is what it's looking like so far. But again, I don't think Georgia needs to win the SEC. But I think Georgia's going to win it anyway. They're going to beat LSU. They're going to beat LSU. It's going to be a hard-fought game, but I'm going to tell you now, Georgia will prevail. TCU and K-State is going to be another hard-fought game, but I'm telling you, upsets will happen. We're in the time in the month to where upsets in college football happens, and you're going to see some in these title games. I'm thinking K-State could possibly pull the upset against TCU. USC could possibly lose theirs. I'm telling you, we're gonna have some shakeups this week in the title games. It will be some shakeups, and it's gonna allow the Ohio State and Alabama could possibly be in there. So, what do you guys think of Nebraska's hiring of Cincinnati's Mr. Luke going out to Wisconsin? I think Wisconsin has went outside their box. I think it's a good hire. I think he could possibly bring that winning atmosphere back to the University of Wisconsin. I have a feeling that he will do that. Will he get big-time recruits to come out there? We're going to see. Only time will tell. I'm not going to rush that issue yet because this is something brand new. You have another coaching job came open. Stanford Cardinals, their head coach, he resigned. So that is another coaching vacancy is open. We're going to have to see what Auburn is going to do because Lane Kiffin, he's staying put out in Ole Miss. So we're going to see what happens with that. But Stanford is a good school. I'm pretty sure they have their eyes on some candidates. Spencer Rattler. Man, where was this in Oklahoma? Dude turned into Peyton Manning 2.0 out on that field. God, well, where was this? It's not too late, but I wonder where the Gamecocks is going to land. And Jim Harbaugh, when Michigan won in Ohio, it was crazy. Michigan put that flag in the middle of the O. Disrespectful. So next year, these two teams will meet in Ann Arbor. It's going to be something nasty. Clemson, their quarterback going to stay their starter. Tulsa, yeah, they fired their coach after 8 seasons. Texas Tech fired their coach, 13 wins in 4 years. So let's get you to some NFL. Like I said, guys, I'm not going to be on here too long. Let's get you to the games that happened today. I'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, folks, let's get to the NFL games that happened today. We have the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles going on right now. That score now, I'm going to tell you right now, that score is heating up. It is, I have 40-30 Philadelphia. So let's get to the games today. My Cleveland Browns, they beat Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-7 in overtime. The Cincinnati Bengals, they beat Tennessee 20-16. Miami, they beat the Texans 30-15. Don't forget, Deshaun Watson, he makes his return to Houston next week. The Jets, they keep on winning. Will it stop? They beat Chicago 31-10. The Washington Commanders, they beat Atlanta 19-13. The Denver Broncos lost, of course, to the Panthers 23-10. Jacksonville surprised a lot of us today. They beat the Ravens 28-27. They want Lamar Jackson to walk. Some of the fans are voicing their opinions. Now, the Chargers, they beat the Cardinals 25-24 after a much-needed win for them. The Raiders, they beat the Seahawks in overtime, 40-34. The Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, they beat the Rams 26-10. And the 49ers, they beat the New Orleans Saints 13-0. Coaching changes need to be on the way there in New Orleans. So I'm gonna go all the way back to Thursday. I'm gonna go back. Here we go. The Bills, they beat the Lions 28-25. The Cowboys, they beat the Giants 28-20. The Vikings, they beat the Patriots 33-26. And tomorrow night, we got Monday Night Football. The light will be bright. The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Indianapolis Colts. I remember at one time, this game used to be a very great game. It used to be hard-hitting, smack-talking game. But the steam has have left that game. But it will be a good game. I might watch a little bit of it, but I know, folks, the time is getting really close to the end. But we're going to get into the NFL games for next week to get everybody on the up and go. Here we go. Thursday, December 1st, The Patriots versus the Bills should be interesting. Sunday, here we go. Pittsburgh versus the Atlanta Falcons. Green Bay versus Chicago, one of the oldest rivalries in the NFL. The Detroit Lions versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And look at this game. This will be my game of the week. The New York Jets versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Commanders versus the New York Giants. Another interesting game in the NFC East. The Tennessee Titans versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles should be 10-1. After this game, they should be 11-1. I got them beating the Titans. And the Broncos and the Ravens. Then here we go. Deshaun Watson, strong quarterback, makes his return back to Houston, where it all begun. Interesting game. The Seahawks versus the Rams. The Dolphins versus the 49ers. The Chiefs versus the Bengals. Should be another great game. The Chargers versus the Raiders. The Cowboys versus the Colts. And Monday Night Football, another game that don't really have a lot of flame. We're going to see. The New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I'm going to give you my picks. Here we go, folks, for those games on next Sunday. Bills, they're going to beat New England. And watch this game, folks. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons. They will beat Pittsburgh. Green Bay and Chicago, I don't know who I want to pick, but I'm just going to pick somebody, throw it out there. I'm going with the Chicago Bears. Jacksonville and the Lions, I'm going with the Lions. The winner of this game will be 5-7. Jets, Vikings, man, I'm on the Jets bandwagon. I'm going with the New York Jets. The Commanders versus the New York Giants. The NFC is shaping up, folks. I'm going with the Commanders. Eagles, Titans, Eagles. Broncos, Ravens, I don't know. I'm going to go with the Broncos on this one. Deshaun Watson makes his return to Houston. You know what? I'm going to go with my Cleveland Browns. He should ball out. Seahawks, Rams. The Rams aren't going anywhere. I think they're finished. But it could be a dangerous team still. But I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Dolphins, 49ers, Tua and the Dolphins. Chiefs, Bengals. I can't go up against Patrick Mahomes. Chargers, Raiders. I'll give it to the Raiders. Colts, Cowboys. Cowboys. I hate to say it. The Saints, Buccaneers. You know how I'm going to go with this game. Tampa Bay. Chalk it up. That's going to be the game right there, folks. But listen, I know it was a short and sweet show. I didn't touch Green Bay, but I will say this right quick. I'm going to give my 4 Mount Rushmore rappers. Something new, something different. Let's give it at number 1. I'm going to go with my favorite, the Notorious B.I.G. At number 2, I'm going to go with Tupac Shakur, the great late Tupac Shakur. And you know I'm going to do number 3. This has to be number 3. This guy, I'm just going to go ahead and give him the number 3 shout out. The late, great, from the Migos, I got to show my love to Takeoff. I just have to do it, folks. I'm sorry. I have to do it. If you don't like it, it's okay. That's on you. At number 4, I'm going to put him up here. I'm not going to put Jay-Z because, everybody's going to do Jay-Z. But, I'm going to put this guy. He deserves respect, too. I'm going to put Jadakiss. That's it for me, everybody. Y'all have a great night. I will be back next Sunday night. So, thank you, guys. I might have a show tomorrow, but I'm going to let you guys know. I was supposed to that show. I pushed back to today. Got things going on. So, but thank you, guys, for listening. Matter of fact, go look at me on Twitter. I'm going to give my Twitter name right now. You can look that up and show me some love. That's what I've been doing. I've been on there doing my thing. But anyway, the things were looking pretty good. Here's my name on Twitter at Samuel463301112. Say it again at Samuel463301112. Thank you guys very much.